He also testifies to what happened when he was informed that Dan was shot, and I thought that this testimony was a nail in the coffin for. I mean, if it's only day 2, so maybe I shouldn't use the word nail in the coffin, but it was definitely damning. Let's take a look.
Like right before 10 in the morning, it said like, tragedy here, please call.
And are these from Donna Adelson?
Yes.
Okay. So were you able to call her that morning from the conference in Chicago?
Yeah, so I walked out and went to the hotel lobby and just hit call.
Okay, and tell us about that conversation with her.
So it's one of those moments that you'll just remember forever. So I remember being in the lobby of the Westin, and I assumed something terrible.
Hold on, I just want to get the name.
Call you later, and then I got a text message shortly thereafter, like right before 10 in the morning. It said like, tragedy here, please call.
And are these from Donna Adelson?
Yes.
Okay, so the text messages was from Donna Adelson. This was the next part of the testimony.
It's about that conversation with her.
So it's one of those moments that you'll just remember forever. So I remember being in the lobby of the Westin, and I assumed something terrible had happened, and but I wasn't ready for it. She said, so we just want to let you know that Danny's been shot. And they took him to the hospital, but he didn't make it. And it didn't make any sense. And I probably asked like a few medical questions, and they said they're driving up to go help Wendy, and we'll talk to you later. We can't talk now.
Okay. Was she crying in that conversation?
Not in that conversation.
Sir?
No, she was not.
Okay.
It was very matter of fact.
Did she ever give you any further detail that weekend about how he'd been shot, or other than just Danny was shot and he didn't make it?
I think it was the next day. So the only really other time that I spoke with him that weekend, I was in the airport going home, like Sunday afternoon. So it was definitely the next day, and it was the first time I could actually have any kind of conversation. And one of the things that she told me is, it bothered me, but I didn't have any other details about. But she said that, someone went to the front door and said, "Are you Dan Markel?" and then shot him. And then I said, "Well, how could you know that? Who's telling you that?" And she said, "Well, that's just what they're telling us." And
Okay. So she said someone told her that someone knocked on Danny's door, said, "Are you Dan Markel?" He said yes, and the shooter shot him.
That's the story I heard, and later we found out that wasn't what happened. But that story bothered me a lot, because there's only one way you could hear that story.
Was she crying when she told you that information?
No.
So that was very interesting, because I thought that this was the same day of the shooting. So how could she have known that the shooting had gone past? But this was the next day. So this was all of this, I believe, was happening the next day after they were relayed information from Wendy Adelson about the shooting, and the law enforcement never revealed how or what was said to Dan or anything like that to Dan. So Donna is now on the phone the next day speaking with him, and basically said that someone had basically said, "Are you Dan Markel?" and basically shot him. This is damning, because now it shows that she did have knowledge, or that she may have had inside knowledge into what had happened during the shooting, what may have happened, or I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe someone, like, either way, whatever happened, this is a horrible slip of the tongue. If you weren't told this, and you were just trying to formulate thoughts of your own to say, maybe this will happen. Maybe you were theorizing that this is what happened, but it doesn't sound like theorizing or trying to offer their perspective. It sounds like they had inside knowledge of what would happen, or maybe they were planning the hit, and the person told him, "Hey, this is what we did."